we back? Apparently Twitch could not handle our awesomeness because
That's
it just
true.
kicked us out. That's what we're saying. We're back. Again, I apologize. So sorry. So sorry. Alright, you came across General Petain once. What did he say to you that impresses you still today? I think his comment, I don't know that it's the... I need to figure out how he would have phrased this. I think it's that he recognized that she was a woman when she was still disguised as a man and said that you didn't need to hide. Like, she did something on the battlefield. I don't think it's, you know, not necessarily saved his life kind of thing, but did an act of bravery that drew his attention. So.
It's weird.
And because of that, he, like, said, you know, you didn't have to hide, which was a great boon to her.
I have a question. It's a historical question, or an alternate historical question. Was it your bravery that helped convince him to create this sort of new mixed-gendered unit?
I think it was... No, I don't think so. I think it was... I think he had already had that thought. But this was a justification that he could use to support the proposal with, you know, the talking heads back in Paris.
Were you... did we read about you in the papers?
If you did, it wasn't that her name wasn't mentioned.
But like the story, in order to sort of...
Yeah. The story...
So that was you?
Yeah, that was her.
Wow. So we know someone famous. Sort of.
I don't know that famous is the right term. Infamous, maybe?
I don't know. I still think it's pretty cool.
Notorious.
I'd read that story in the paper the morning of my wedding, and it inspired me to just run away.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, cool, they'll take me.
I respect that.
Oh, what was the brave thing you did? I mean, how did it really happen?
It was frustration at ineffectual equipment, and we used the, like, the idiot lieutenant had made a comment and then proceeded to make idiot orders about idiot orders. And when idiot lieutenant was unfortunately a victim of his own idiot orders, which, yay, she proceeded to do what she suggested in the first place, which was, if you're, rather than attempt to run across no man's land and attack a machine gun emplacement head on, why don't you use some sort of bombardment? And they're like, well, we can't waste it. I'm like, I can fix that. And she created she jury rigged something to cause the machine gun placement to explode.
Oh, I don't think it's notorious at all. I think it's pretty awesome.
Yeah, but there's a lot of negative response to that she got.
Well, whatever about them. They're just jealous. I support you.
I appreciate that.
Let's see. Once you saw the Lion of Verdun in a vulnerable moment, what did he do that showed his tenderness? It was it was a moment when it was the we were walking the battlefield after a charge. And it was that sort of time when you're dragging bodies out of the space and sort of doing that kind of maintenance before it all happens again. You know, those sort of strange moments in between the waves. And I saw a man out there, and I didn't recognize the man at first because I only saw him from behind. And I went out there to see, but I knew from the uniform he was one of ours, and I went out there to see who it was and if he were injured or if he needed help. But it was Pétain, and he was kneeling over a German soldier who was dying, and he comforted this German soldier who was quite young, right before he died, and that always stayed with me, because the Germans are our enemies, and I mean the Axis, they're terrible, but in that moment, he was kind to another human being dying, and I still think about that. I don't yet know what it means completely, but I still think about it. He didn't see me, by the way. I didn't make myself known to him. I didn't want to intrude.
I got nothing on that one.
Yep.
Yeah,
Me
I think
neither.
that was pretty self-explanatory. Okay. Here, let me pull up a card then.
Oh.
There is someone in town you have formed an attachment to. Who is it? Marguerite. Marguerite and I are good friends.
Oh. Oh.
Yeah,
Is
we
it-
hang out.
Is it just friends?
Yes. Because she's totally into Rugatian.
Is she?
She is. She's like head over heels. But girls gotta make ends meet, so she does some other things on the side, but her heart is all his. She won't shut up about him sometimes. It's kind of awkward sometimes because he's my drinking buddy, but you know, whatever. She's nice. She's cool. We hang out. She also doesn't like Pierre for some reason. It's real strange.
Yeah. For some reason.
Yeah, I'm really starting to wonder. I'm starting to question some things.
You should. You should question some things. You should question a number of things.
Has
A
she
number of
been with
things.
Pierre?
She's been with Pierre.
Has
Ooh.
she been with Pierre?
Has she been with Pierre? She tries to stay away from him because apparently he was coming on a little strong and she just was not into it. She was like,
Interesting.
ew, no. Those are her exact words, ew, no. And it just...
I don't mean to instigate.
Yes.
Does Pierre brag to you how many women he's been with? Because, I mean, he does brag to me, and I'm
We don't talk that much. When we do, it's usually like, oh man, I'm gonna totally kill more people in this next battle than you are. Because, you know, I'm just so much better than you. It's a lot of like weirdly flirtatious smack talk. We don't really talk much outside of that.
Rajatien, does he brag to you?
I maybe like not necessarily to me, but like brags in my general direction.
Yeah.
Like
He seems to-
brags to people, and I'm part
Yeah.
of that group, but like there's no.
I mean, it's not like we're friends, but I'm just saying he brags a lot.
Hmm.
Out loud. A lot.
And if he was ever so as prolific as he claims to be, that boy would not be able to actually get up and walk across the battlefield. I'm just saying.
Right. I mean, I think also he's a liar, but, you know.
There's that.
But, you know, whatever. He's got a great jawline.
He does.
Mm-hmm.
It's so hard to find a good jawline and a high kick these days, but you know.
He does those splits thing, which is very impressive.
No, it's very impressive. But Marguerite told me that it's just, it's too much, and I don't know about it being too much, but you know, I am starting to question.
So
we're supposed to hang out later tonight.
So my next question is a little bit different.
Okay.
How many times have you tried to arrange like a meeting between your drinking buddy and your bestie in town?
Yeah.
So that they could have just
so many times. So many times.
What keeps causing the failure?
Mm-hmm.
I look over at yeah. I'll be like,
I get
well,
very
sometimes,
shy.
Yeah, sometimes if Rogatien finds out that Marguerite's gonna be there, he doesn't show up half the time. So the half the time that I don't mention her, he shows up and it's the three of us, and then I'll excuse myself for a few minutes. And every time I come back, it's either just really, really awkwardly silent, like one-sided silent, because Marguerite's trying to like talk a bit, or he's left, and it's just me and Marguerite again. So I try really hard.
I don't get it. Rogatien is really quite talkative when he's with the gang.
I know.
Yep.
Sometimes it's the three of us and we hang out and it's a little less awkward, but I really feel like I should be there. But, you know, I gotta do what I gotta do. I try real hard.
I just don't want to say anything out of line, so I don't say anything.
He has good manners.
It's not out of line.
Except when he's punching people.
Yeah.
Every one of those guys deserved it.
Also true.
Most of the time.
Nope. Every one of those guys deserved it.
Suppose.
Has Bruno been punched?
No, but I worry. I mean, I worry sometimes.
Yep.
You seem to be a bit of a worrier.
No. I mean, I do worry sometimes, but
If only we cared more. I worry about Bruno, but
I kind of do.
Glit's too busy trying to get herself and her friends set up.
fair. Fair.
All right,
I
Simon.
mean, all is fair in love and war, and we have war. Why not love?
I'm just checking something very quickly because I need something historically more or less accurate. So it's going to take me just a second. The Battle of Verdun.
Oh, okay.
Oh, I should have linked the wiki
Yeah.
as a command.
Just making it up as I go. It's fine.
Wait, the Battle of the Sun took place, but the Battle of yeah, we're after the Battle of Verdun, right?
The Battle of Verdun technically ends at the end of November. Yeah.
So we're
November
after
1960.
the battle.
The battle has just ended, and we are now trying to clean up Verdun.
Okay. So, because I was the card that I drew so that everybody can see, unless Lindy wasn't done. I'm sorry.
No, I'm good. No one else had questions, so we good.
What was...
Hmm.
And I think I'm gonna go with it, even though it's inaccurate by like a few months. The worst thing that I can recall from the siege. I was delivering supplies to another unit near No Man's Land, and they fired mustard gas, and I saw people unprepared, not having time to put their mask on.
Oh. Are
Yay,
you
sad boy
okay?
hour.
Are you okay?
Fuck no.
Fair.
Are you medically okay?
I had my mask. Like, I immediately put it on. But I saw what it did to the others. Yeah.
Ooh. Okay, this is me, and I'm going to take this minor historical inaccuracy and kind of stretch it into a bigger thing. So, forewarning. Stop me if it gets weird. Do you agree with the others that this was not an attack by the German Imperial Army, and instead a means by which our allies, the English, were attempting to gain control over the French because the English are the ones who invented mustard gas? And it hadn't been used yet, officially.
I honestly could not care less. This should not be used.
Very true.
Period. I saw what it did, and it's no. Going back to when I was playing with my toy soldiers, like it should have been honorable battle, feat of skills, not throwing canisters at a hole like you would discard, food wrapping or whatever after you're done eating. Just like throw it over your shoulder and hey, battle is done. Sorry if I decided to bring the downer.
No. You're making me think of a poem. I'll see if I can recall it. Although I probably don't have it anywhere electronically.
I mean, we're gonna end with that one of those poems. It's fine.
Oh.
You know which one. Anyone else have any questions?
I'm good.
No.
No further questions.
Ooh. You know the success of General Nivelle. Why do you hate him?
Oh.
Because, well, his success was necessary to break the siege of Verdun. It was not his own. He appropriated the ideas and thoughts of others and claimed them for himself.
Including who? Anyone we know? Our ingenious jury-rigging compatriot?
I think she made suggestions, but I don't think she would have... I don't think it was the entire battle plan. It was just like suggestions after the fact.
Mhm.
But she knew that there were different portions of it that were taken from other people. And not given credit.
I still believe that you came up with ideas and didn't get credit for it.
Yeah.
I know you're telling me that that's not the
I'll be
case,
right
but I
back.
still believe it. Because I think you're a genius. A military genius. And that you downplay your importance.
Well, I'm not
That's
a
all.
sergeant or an officer, so...
Well, nonetheless, I still think Celestine,
Mhm.
you've done a number of things and you don't get credit for it. How do you feel about that? Or you get kind
I'm-
of side credit for it?
It's frustrating, but it's the same level of frustration. I mean, it's very frustrating. I need to check a thing. Hold on. I'm sorry, I have to check a timeline.
Oh.
It's an important timeline.
No, you're fine.
Fine.
Okay,
I don't got anywhere I gotta be today.
that's good. We got time then. Cool. Yes, and that's though she's been frustrated with a lot of things in her life, and that's probably why she was part of the suffrage movement.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's pretty cool. I mean, of course, women are not going to get the vote in France. In my in my French Resistance game set in 1941, they still don't have it, so that's exciting.
Not until 1944 if they were literate.
Yeah.
Thanks, World
Interesting.
Wars. No, even
Thanks,
more
World
important. Thank you, Louis Napoleon, because they had the right to vote, and then Louis Napoleon took it away.
Hey, Louis Napoleon. What a good guy. What a guy. I'm gonna just on that one.
Oh, wait a minute, is it Louis Napoleon or Louis Bonaparte? Or is it Louis Napoleon or is it Louis Bourbon? I don't know.
Ooh.
After the Revolution and after Napoleon, whoever comes back next, please, I'm sorry, I don't remember all of my French revolutions. After 1820, they when the monarchy is reinstated, they Louis Philippe. Sorry, Louis Philippe. Not Louis.
Louis Philippe.
Louis Philippe. I made a mistake. It is Louis Philippe.
I was just about to say that. I was like, wait, wasn't it Louis? Yeah.
No. I
was like reaching back there.
I messed it up. Yeah, I think she's frustrated a little bit, and that's why she was part of the suffrage movement. But at the same time, she's like, well, can't really expect anything else different.
One day.
One day. But today is not that day.
Draw. What are you glad that you left behind at home? You know, this may sound very strange. I don't think you'd understand. It doesn't make a lot of sense, I think. Especially, well, I don't know. I don't think you'd understand. But the environment of my house, I mean, my house was my father was very military, so everything was very clean. We always had to be very quiet, very well behaved. We could never really laugh or joke around a lot. My father didn't like disruptions or noise. It said it upset him, you know? So we didn't have a lot of fun. And I'm not saying that this war is fun. It's not. It's terrible. But sometimes we sing and laugh. And sometimes when we're in the trenches, we play cards and people curse. And I get to meet people who are just, I don't know, more alive. And I like that.
Is there a particular person who's, for lack of a better term, joie de vivre, you enjoy hanging out with more because of that kind of...
Sort of. Maybe. No. Yeah, no, yes, but no. I mean, sure. But, I mean...
And why is her name Marguerite?
No. I know you've seen me hanging out in the tavern sometimes with Marguerite, but I'm not in the tavern to hang out with Marguerite. I mean, Marguerite's great. I mean, she's not Rogentien. I don't think she's that great. I know, because if I did, you would probably try to kill me, because you can get violent that way. But I mean, just sometimes in that larger circle of people who sometimes hang out with Marguerite, there's someone really fun.
Who is it? We need
No
to
one?
know. We need to know.
Who is it?
I can't tell you. I mean,
You can tell us, we're your comrades.
I mean, I could tell Celestine, but I couldn't tell anyone else.
Whisper's gonna happen?
I totally promise I will not reveal any way, shape, or form divulge any information that the dear Sergeant Bruno gives to me.
Do you promise?
Cross my heart.
Okay. So, Staff Sergeant Colette is amazing. But she's my commander, so I can't, I couldn't say anything, but she's pretty amazing. She's funny. She can drink like no one I've ever seen before. She's an amazing soldier. She's an amazing leader. She cares about people. She's so respectful. Professionally, she's pretty amazing. And she's so funny.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And
so you're totally not going to tell her? Wouldn't tell a soul? Mm-mm.
No. I mean, it wouldn't be appropriate.
Rogotien.
What?
We need to make sure Pierre has an accident the next time somebody calls for a run across the no man's land.
Okay. I have a question.
Okay.
Hmm?
If I try to trip him, he's just going to do the splits. What should I do?
That's what a bayonet is for.
A band-aid? What would I do with that?
Oh,
A bayonet.
I'm not gonna stab someone.
Fine, I'll do it.
Like, it's just, I'll. Why are we? The Sergeant Bishard told me that
Because
court-martial.
that's only if you get caught, and only if they know it was you, and if we do it right, nobody'll know. But that's because Sergeant Bouchard really likes Colette. We just need Pierre to go away.
But why don't Sergeant Bishard just tell Colette how he feels? I feel like that should be simple.
Oh, the hypocrisy.
And you have this face turn of... Says the man who won't talk to Marguerite. Mm-hmm.
Who's not even in the unit.
Marguerite is a civilian. They speak a different language.
All just French to me. Thank you.
Well, that too. But if you heard the different accents they have in France, like you would.
Good joke. The joke opportunity was right there.
Yeah.
You want fine.
I will see what I can do. I've been put in charge of driving a tank.
That's not scary at all. I've seen you drive other things.
I only know how to ride.
Yeah, Edward Dan was talking about how good you could ride things.
Mm-hmm. I'm so good back at the farm, I used to ride bareback.
That was one of his comments.
I love how, like, everyone's just like,
Images. Images. It's
like you
I'm
know
just a
us.
sweet little farm boy. I don't know what you're talking about.
Yep.
My mother told me that I should save myself for marriage.
And did you listen?
Yes, because she's my mother.
Mothers are important.
Mama's sad boys.
Olivia, it's you.
It is you. Here, this is the one you pulled. There we go.
Okay.
I saw that and I was like, damn, I know that car's coming.
So, I'm gonna go with Sergeant Bruno on this one because it doesn't say which sergeant, it just says sergeant. So, you know, he's just really nice and like the first one to follow orders every time. And was like really impressed that I was a lady and doing, you know, kicking so much ass, taking names. It just felt appreciated, you know. And sometimes, like, if it's really cold out, I don't know why, but it brings out some coffee.
I do.
It's still warm because it's really fucking cold. And it's nice. It's not necessary, but it's nice, you know. I think he does it for all the I'm not sure really actually because I just get distracted by coffee then because it's early and it's cold. But it's really nice of him. He seemed to be like the real quiet type of soldier, but he's, you know, warming up. He's warming up. It's the little things.
How do you respond when I turn to you and say, just give you that look of like... There's inference here.
And you make that look and I'm like, I could ask him to bring you some coffee too.
No. Not that. Why do you think Pierre is so great again?
Jawline in the splits. He did spill my coffee yesterday, though. Bumped into me. Pierre. You know, I'm starting to think that maybe you were right. Maybe I could do better than Pierre.
Yes, you can. You can do infinitely better than Pierre.
Yeah, I mean, I just... Like, who would that be, though? Maybe I should just, I don't know, get out of the military when this is all done. Try to find that better person.
But you're really good at the military. You could rise the ranks and who knows where you could be. You could have such success. I mean, you're really good.
Maybe I don't need no man?
I mean...
I don't know.
We're in no man's land.
Awful nice, though. gets awful lonely sometimes.
It's what a lot of the guys have been telling Margaret, that they're very lonely.
Yeah. Yeah, no, she tells me about it. She says they're all so lonely, and I have to, sometimes I have to, if I'm there, I'm like, well, sucks to be you.
I
said
feel
that a couple
like
times.
how can you be lonely when you have such good comrades around?
It's a different kind of lonely. It's a loins kind of lonely.
Oh, right. But I mean, sometimes that's just how it is until later.
Yeah, don't I know it?
Yeah. Me too. Ma'am.
Smash cut to Celestine just sitting here going, rubbing her temples is like, and now kiss.
You okay,
And now
Celestine?
kiss. I'm okay. It's all good.
Right. You know what? Fuck Pierre, and not in the loin way. Just, you know what? Yeah, you guys are right. I could do better.
It's kind of a jerk.
Definitely.
Yeah, I thought that was endearing at first, but we've been in the trenches a long time, and the longer it goes on, the less endearing it becomes.
And also, I just don't think he respects you enough.
I don't feel as appreciated and welcome as some other people make me feel.
Because you should be appreciated.
Yep.
Maybe you're right.
Yes, ma'am.
Yep. Okay.
What do you think, Rogatian?
Huh?
Yep. Cool.
Mhm.
Cheers.
Our commander should be appreciated, right? And also not date Pierre. Or
Oh, no, I mean, Pierre is... his days are counted.
Numbered. They're numbered.
Numbered, yeah.
Yeah, it's fine.
Sorry, that was a bit of French coming out.
Yeah.
But I mean, I don't, but of course, Commander, I wouldn't want to influence you in any way. I mean, like, if you really care about Pierre, I just don't think he's a good person. But I'm not trying to get involved in your choices.
No, I think the puzzle pieces were all there, and slowly they've been coming together. Some of them were like hidden under a rug and stuff. I just had to dig them out.
Right.
I agree.
I would like to know, what's Colette's rank again?
I just got promoted to lead the platoon, so whatever rank that would be. Probably
It's staff sergeant. I think we decided it was like staff sergeant, or sergeant major.
We'll go staff sergeant.
Okay, so I would turn to both Sergeant Dupont and Sergeant Bashard and ask, Sergeants, why are you talking 2 inches away from each other's faces?
Oh, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. It's just loud.
Yeah.
It's just loud.
You're shoved together.
No. It's just a slap. Rogan upside the head. It's like, why did you stop?
Oh.
They were almost.
So close.
You were almost gonna be like, now key is like just pushed together while they were 2 inches apart. Just like, oh.
Pardon me, Sergeant.
Oh, I didn't even realize we were that close, Sergeant.
It's just it was loud.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay, next card. I'm actually going to X the one I drew, and I'm gonna draw another one.
Okay.
How'd you know what it was?
Because I drew
You can
it.
see it when you
can see
deal
them.
to yourself. You can see it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's another one, like the Lion of Verdun showing his cruelty and everything, and I don't
Yeah.
have like a good
Mhm.
prompt for it.
I
I
love how
feel-
we're pretty much just completely ignoring the Lion of Verdun, and it's just inner squad politics.
Yeah,
The
no, I
line,
mean,
the line of Verdun isn't really that important. Well, I mean, let me rephrase
Right.
that. He kind of is, and he's kind of a major deal all the way through World War II, except
Yeah,
for
but-
that minor problem where he starts leading the Vichy government.
Oh yeah.
we've read about the Lion of Verdun in
Yep.
history books and everything. What we haven't heard of is like the lives of his soldiers,
Mhm.
subordinates.
Exactly.
Yeah.
There was a moment during the siege when you were tempted to run. What was it, and why did you stay? I'm gonna twist this card a bit.
Mhm.
Oh no, it was during the siege. The siege is over now.
Yeah.
Mhm.
There was one night when I was trying to sleep, and all I could hear was the artillery shooting at us and us shooting back at them. And it was very hard for me to fall asleep, so I just made myself scarce and decided to just go walk back into the streets of Verdun. And Marguerite was there. And we talked for a bit, and by that I mean I probably said 3 words. And I thought in that moment, you know, everyone thinks I'm still at my post, or at least that I'm gonna come back soon. I could just run away with her. But then I thought that would mean that Margaret would run away with a deserter, and she deserves better than a deserter. And I decided to stay. And she asked me if I wanted to stay the night with her because she was scared with all the artillery and everything. And I told her I only had a few minutes because I had to go back to my post. And she said, well, maybe we can make do. And I said, I don't understand what you're talking about. You can't just sleep for a few minutes. So I went back to my post.
So what about all those other nights when you weren't on night shift that she's asked you to stay?
It's just, I feel like I would love to, but I would love it if we were to stay together on like a small vineyard somewhere in your Nice, together, not in shitty Verdun, half destroyed by artillery fire. And like, she deserves more than the like low cut blouse and like scrappy skirt she keeps wearing all the time. Like, every time I see her at night, that's what she's wearing. I bet she's cold and all that.
Yeah.
Sometimes she has a shawl.
Oh, what, Trooper?
Sometimes she has a shawl that she wears around.
Oh, yeah, you froze for me, so
Oh.
I couldn't. Yeah, no, she has one, and she once wrapped me in her shawl, and it smelled like her, and it was.
You know, you should
nice.
probably just tell her that you like her.
Yeah.
I mean, why is that so difficult?
She's told me so many times that she really likes you.
Because I've been conditioned to obey orders, Sergeant, and she hasn't ordered me anything.
All right.
She's not your commanding officer.
No, she's a
As
civilian.
your commanding
fix this.
officer, soldier, you're gonna go to Marguerite tonight. You're gonna spend the night with her, and you're gonna tell her how you feel about her.
Ma'am, yes, ma'am.
Right.
Such a great leader, Sergeant DuPont.
Do I need any equipment, ma'am?
Yes.
You're already locked and
Yes.
loaded, soldier.
Nope. There's a shit ton of equipment he can take with him.
There is.
Don't worry, I've got it prepared.
Celestine, well, equip you out.
I figure if we're going to spend the night together, we need, like, blankets.
Yes.
Blankets,
Can I take
candles,
blankets?
wine. I've got wine.
Raincoats.
Why wine? We're going to sleep.
You might want to talk
There's the
first.
time before sleeping, which you're going to talk to her and tell her
Wine
how
is
you
for
feel.
lunch.
Wine is for
Also
any
be for late
time,
night.
and this is a lot nicer than the shit that we've been getting, so appreciate it. She'll appreciate it.
You can give it to her and share it with her as a gift, soldier.
Okay, I will give it to her, Sergeant.
Yes. You do that, soldier.
And I will report back tomorrow morning.
Tomorrow, mid-morning.
I am thankful for the extra hours of sleep, Sergeant.
You're gonna need them.
Yes, you will need them indeed, soldier.
And
Lucky that Celestine has access to the is our quartermaster.
Mm-hmm.
I think I'm just gonna add, like, we're gonna yes end. 20 minutes later, Rogatien comes back. Sergeant, I have a question.
Yes, soldier.
Did you give the same order to Pierre?
No.
No.
Because I saw him go in Marguerite's room with her. And he was also bringing wine.
Feel free to punch him in his face.
I'll be
Probably
right
shouldn't
back.
punch him in the face.
I mean, I was trying to keep it nice.
I'm gonna go discipline a subordinate.
Often and with pleasure.
You go, ma'am.
And I'll go punch Pierre in the face.
Yes.
Drag him back, and I go, all right, resume orders, soldier, as I come back, dragging Pierre.
Because she won't get in trouble when she punches Pierre in the face, because she's in charge of him. So it's okay.
Pierre also told me something, Sergeant. I feel like I should relay the message.
Yes, soldier.
What are sloppy seconds, Sergeant?
Nothing you have to worry about.
I think it's a food product. It's like
I know, he said I should have them.
Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it.
it's like a sandwich, I think. It's a sort of a sandwich.
Oh,
Don't worry about it. Non-issue.
is it made with baguette?
It can be, but not in this instance. Resume your duty, soldier.
Yes, ma'am. Sergeant, permission to speak freely.
Yes, granted.
Margaret keeps wanting me to take my uniform off, but I'm on duty, Sergeant. You gave me an order.
Off duty.
You're off duty. You were ordered to go initiate this and then report in the morning.
Oh,
You're off duty for the night, soldier.
thank you, Sergeant.
Enjoy your time with Marguerite after telling her how you feel and bringing her wine.
I will tell her how I feel.
About her.
About her. You like her.
But she's not gonna like me afterwards.
Yes, she will.
How do you know?
Because
'Cause
she's told me so many times that she's in love with you.
She is?
Yes!
Yes.
Wow, how come I didn't see the signs?
Because you're a
Because
moron.
Yeah. I mean, if you can't tell that somebody likes you, well, then maybe they're just hiding it really well. But in this case, she said so to lots of people.
Yes.
Oh,
Many, repeatedly.
just like how you told Celestine how you like Sergeant Dupont.
Oh, what? No.
Goodbye,
no.
Sergeant.
I didn't tell him that.
I imagine he was lurking and just overheard. Because he said kind of how you told so-and-so. Not that she told him.
Awkward.
My presence is no longer needed now, is it?
But I think it's your card, though. Yeah, it's your card, though. Oh. Well, there you go.
Ooh. I'm gonna take this and I'm going to do a thing with it, and I'm gonna tweak it a little bit because it's not gonna say officer.
Okay.
Oh.
Oh.
Pierre.
You know a whole rule truth about Pierre's action during the battle.
Actually, this is about 2 people because I'm gonna tweak it a little bit and be just that much more.
Oh.
Ooh. Ooh.
Juicy.
Mm-hmm.
You know a horrible truth about the officer's actions during the battle. What is it? And I'm going to say it's not an officer, it's 2 sergeants. One Pierre and Edward Dan.
Oh.
Who Celestine knew that were collaborating together to remove supplies in a black market scheme.
Oh.
That's how they got the wine.
But that
They
would
didn't
look
get it
bad
from
on you.
Quartermaster.
On me?
Yeah, because I mean, you work in the quartermaster supply. You work in supply.
No, I didn't. I didn't work in quartermasters. I just knew things.
Okay.
I know a guy who knows a guy.
Oh, you do know a lot of people.
Yeah, his like my cousin's name is Templeton. It's fine. If you get that reference, points for you.
So what happened? Did you say anything?
Yes, but no one cared at the time. It's also why Celestine has been very firm of the opinion that Pierre is an asshole and Colette could do infinitely better.
Were they black marketing food that were supposed to go for us? Like what all were they black marketing?
Mostly supplies that they thought wouldn't be missed. Anything they could get their hand on. And not like the little shit that everybody does that could get you better deals in town for something, but like big deal kind of stuff.
Gotcha.
Who did you tell?
Ooh, to tie this back, General Neville's attaché.
Oh,
And
I
he
see.
refused to see me.
Oh.
Ooh.
Oh. That's terrible. People should just listen to you more.
Yes, they should. Particularly when one recommends that there should be a conversation.
Yeah, I mean, you are really wise and you have such great ideas, and people should really pay attention to what you say.
Sometimes it takes people a while to get there, but they get there.
Eventually.
We're talking about Pierre, right?
Yes.
Yeah, he's the worst.
It's awful.
Would you do it differently if it
But
happened
I do
again?
what I'm. Oh.
No,
Yes.
Celestine, would you do the same thing, or would you do it differently?
Probably differently. I mean, I might arrange an accident sooner. But we
That
needed
could get you in
the
trouble, though.
staff and support. At a certain point. you know,
Kira is really good at killing people.
Unfortunately.
Let me draw. Or deal, as it were.
Mm-hmm.
Although you may fight for France, you have ties to Imperial Germany. What are they? My father, great French officer, early in his career, he's been stationed in so many places. He's traveled so extensively, and abroad. I mean, he's pretty amazing. But he also did training in Imperial Germany. I mean, a long time ago. My father's not young, and so he has he had a lot of friends in the German military. They had done he'd given lectures and training into a lot of friends there. And also, anyway, he's from the Alsace region, so he has a lot of connections one way or the other. But no one would ever doubt his loyalty to France, ever, because I mean he's really quite loyal.
So you said he had a lot of friends in Germany. Was your half brother half French, half German?
Yes. Yes. It was a little complicated because my father was not completely faithful to my mother, shall we say, which is difficult, but you know, it's sometimes I suppose that happens. It was awkward. But my father loved both of his sons equally.
Did he though?
Wait, aren't you the younger son?
I am,
Mhm.
yes.
Mm-hmm.
I have questions.
Mm-hmm.
How much younger than your brother are you?
Oh, about 7 years younger.
Okay, so was it being unfaithful to your mother or unfaithful to this German girl? With your mother.
Well, he never married the German woman. Although my understanding is that they had been carrying on an affair for a very long time, and then he married my mother, and he didn't stop with that affair. Although I always thought of my father as being quite, I don't know, forward-thinking, because he would just be with whoever he loved, regardless of what it might look like for his career. I always thought that was something, you know, admirable, that he would just do that. But then it did seem to cause a lot of problems. So maybe one shouldn't do that sort of a thing.
I mean, he is French.
Yeah, but and we all know how Frenchmen are.
Got my chopped liver.
You're not here.
Your sliced baguette.
Your sliced baguette.
Well, leaving that up.
No, actually, I'm out of game. I'm full baguette, but that's
Very
You wouldn't
true.
want to be a half baguette, right? That would be
No.
terrible.
Yeah, I mean,
Mm-hmm.
yep. Mm-hmm.
So
Sergeant.
your father did this, and didn't care about what it looked like in his career. How do you feel about your military career and the implications of be in love with someone out of rank.
Well, I mean, I wouldn't care about my career as much as I would care about somebody else's career. I mean, somebody else might have a really great career ahead of them, and I wouldn't want to mess that up. You know, I mean, that's important. People with a lot of potential and a lot of chance to do amazing things. People important.
I'm obviously not needed for the rest of this conversation.
But you know, people. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Do you want to pull a card?
Yeah, it's your turn.
All right, sure, I'll pull a card. What harm could this do? What harm ever came from reading a card?
None.
Oh, you know, we're not
Ooh.
Englishmen, or we're not Englishmen, or you know.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
You can pass.
There's a... It would go to Simon, wouldn't it?
It would.
You could say, I would like to know how you feel about this.
Yeah, I'll pass it to Simon just because that's too good.
It is
It's too good. It's too applicable to the situation. We'll just leave Colette and Bruno standing awkwardly 3 inches from each other, talking about rank politics, and pass on over to
Careers.
Simon. Yeah,
Careers.
Careers. So
There
Simon.
is a local. I'm mixing it. No. There is a local townsperson who says that they love you. Oh, who is it, and do you return their feelings?
Obviously, we know who it is.
Yeah,
Marguerite.
Who?
Blacksmith.
No, it's Marguerite. No, but also Marguerite.
There is a local townsperson who says they love you. Yeah, Marguerite. Who is it, and do you return their feelings?
How much do you return their feelings is the question.
It's Margaret. I return her feelings, of course, once I discover that she really is into me. And my whole world changes. As it was requested by my CO. I need to report on it because she told me to spend the night and then report.
Mid-morning.
Mid-morning.
Plenty of time.
I have taken the discretion of redacting certain pieces of the report.
Wise choice.
Wise, very wise.
Sergeant?
Sergeant is in her tent, and you don't hear anything.
I need to talk to someone.
You can always find
Oh.
Celestine.
I will go find Celestine.
You could always just open the tent too. I mean, I'm sure you
Either
wouldn't see
way.
anything.
Would
I
you
mean, I'm
know?
affording privacy, but
Knock on the tent flap.
I think I'm going to hell.
Who did you say that to?
Whoever
Celestine?
wants to be there in the
Okay.
scene.
Why are you going?
Celestine.
Why are you, Celestine, who's just sitting there, turns, looks at you. Why in particular are you going to hell? I mean, I figure we're all going to, you know, it's that very wise proverb, you know, we go to heaven for the weather and hell for the company. So what particularly is causing you to think that you are going to hell in this instance?
We did things that would make baby Jesus cry.
Was baby Jesus there?
I don't know, but I think Margaret really wanted him to be there. She just kept screaming, "Oh God, oh God."
Then you did it right.
I'm not sure.
Pretty sure.
Okay.
And remember, here's the wonderful thing. There's a priest in town. Confession is good for the soul. If you're really worried about going to hell.
I don't want to confess to the priest. He keeps putting his hand in his pocket when I talk.
Okay, not that priest. There are 2 others. Also, look around. You can't get worse than hell than this.
Yeah, I figure. We probably already are in hell. But then that would make her a demon. Like a succubus.
Or just another
Because
trapped
she
soul.
did a lot of... Huh?
Or just another trapped soul.
I don't know. She looks like an angel to me.
Good. Then you treat her like an angel, and hopefully she will remove your soul from perdition and carry it off to heaven. Hopefully not yet, and hopefully with happiness and no tears.
Okay.
You okay?
Well, some of the wine got spilled. So we didn't drink it all.
Did
She
you
had
have
me
fun?
drink some out of her navel. I think so.
Then you had fun. I mean, that could be worse. It could be worse.
Yep.
Then good. And now, just to get Colette and Bruno.
Why are you doing this? It's not like that. That's not how you do it. I've seen it. It's more like...
Because this is me forcing them together in their heads and just knocking their heads together at this point because they keep forgetting things.
But that's not what you need to knock.
I can't encourage
Boots.
them to do
You-
so.
you-
I
knock
think
boots.
I know what I'm doing now. And I think I should go tell Sergeant Dupont and Sergeant Bouchard how to, cause, yeah.
No. Quite sure they know what they're doing.
I'm not sure. They still have their clothes on. Mind
It's
you,
also
there
11
was a part.
o'clock.
Well, it was 3 in the morning, and she had me put my uniform back on.
Glad to know she appreciates that. But yes, now you are redeemed and blessed. You don't need to tell the sergeants how to do their job. You just need to tell them to do their job. There's a difference there.
Okay. One more thing.
What?
I don't want to go back to the front lines. Because if I die, Margaret's going to be by herself. And nobody's going to, how she put it, give it to her good like I did.
Good to know. Good to know. Good to know.
I think it's time for another card. Because if you let me speak, I'm just gonna get looter and looter.
Yep. Yep.
That's all Praxis card. It's her card now.
Yep, practice card.
What? Why is it my...
Because Simon just went.
Yeah.
Okay, no,
So
this is true. I was just making sure, like, somebody hadn't dealt a card I
No.
needed to deal with.
No,
while
I
was on retreat.
passed. I passed that to Simon because it was too good.
Okay. Ooh.
Mm.
there is another member of the army that you compete with. Who is it, and what is the cause of this competition? Ooh. I think at this point, just because we need to make it more convoluted and
Spicy. Yeah.
Just more convoluted and spicy. I think I think it has to be either Colette or Edwardin. And I think it has to be Edwardin because I don't think Celestine would consider it Colette. It's like, that's not a competition. That's just...
Yeah.
And I think so it's Edwardin, and the cause of this competition is... Ooh, So you know how I said I had that cousin named Templeton?
Mm-hmm.
Edwardin has started to facilitate certain deals that, because he had that black market thing going on a much bigger scale, and less, less say, a guy who can get you what you need, and more of a, I'm going to take what's available and sell it to anyone who can pay the highest price. Which is not, and so there's been a little bit of competition there, and not in a healthy way.
Oh. It doesn't get violent, does it? Or has it? No.
Not yet.
Are you worried?
No. She's not worried about her physical safety.
No, are you worried about your cousin?
Templeton?
Templeton, yeah.
No. Templeton has a really great group of friends. They take care of him. I heard about his colonel that apparently really big onto cigars. And there's, there was this one guy, he's a little weird and a little out there, but, they take good care of him.
Okay. It's a good team, right?
Yeah, you'd call it even, like, the best team. Like, an ace team.
Yeah, that makes sense to me.
Oh, it's a reference to Team America. I'm kidding.
Can I come through this and smack you?
Maybe.
Do not ever denigrate that series with that name.
Well, let me pull one.
Oh my.
Oh. There we go. What is one luxury you miss the most at the front lines?
Toilet paper.
I want to know what Celestine says, how Celestine answers that question.
I mean, technically you can't go backwards. I'm muted for
You're
you
muted.
guys, but not for the stream. Technically you can't go backwards, so we'd have to go to
You can only
Lindy.
pass forwards.
Yeah.
But-
What?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
pass to me.
Yeah. Just for no particular Sergeant,
Yes, Sergeant.
I was wondering something.
Yes.
What is the one luxury that you miss most here at the front lines? I'm not asking for any particular reason though.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just curious.
What Celestine and Rogatian would probably know the actual answer to this question is, and it's probably different than the answer she gives Bruno. One luxury that you don't have on the front lines as much is privacy, leisure time, and an abundant supply of,
Lube.
sure, that too. Of, not bad boys per se, but suitors. Less suitors on the front lines. I mean, they're soldiers, but they're not looking for anything other than a quick pick me up. And she's looking for something a little more. But I think the answer that she would give Bruno, she doesn't want to come off as that kind of person. It's definitely not why she was getting hitched abruptly. Ran away.
She's like, I want to have more fun than this person here.
I think she would say, "Oh, what is one luxury I miss the most about the front lines, or miss most at the front lines? Probably just a nice, quiet dinner in a private place with, good friends." Small
Right.
group, a very small group.
Right.
Very small, like one. Like two total. Yeah.
To total, not
Yeah.
Because like one, that could be done. Like,
Well, I mean, do you have dinner plans tonight?
me?
Yeah.
Oh, well, I didn't.
Well, now you do.
Well, but I feel like tonight wouldn't be good because I
Why
would
not?
need some timing. I need to organize some things.
Tomorrow night?
Yes. I need to talk to Celestine because she knows people and
Yeah. She also works really fast. So I'm free tonight or tomorrow night, really. Just.
well, if I know that your birthday's coming up, so I thought
You know about that. Okay. I don't tell many people, so.
well, you mentioned it once.
Yeah,
like,
it's so close to Christmas, people usually just forget.
I know, but you mentioned like 7 months ago once you made a joke about everyone freaking your birthday it's close to Christmas, and I remembered. So I just thought that for your birthday, I could get you the thing that you wanted, and if you wanted a dinner, I could. I will get on that, Sergeant.
I think a dinner with you would be great. A great birthday present.
Okay, well then I'm going to do that. Just because you would like it.
Mm-hmm. Oh, what about you? What luxury do you miss most?
Me?
The front lines. Yeah, while we're talking about it,
Oh, I mean, just for no reason. Then, I actually just miss the sounds of people walking down the street and laughing. Just that sort of
Mm-hmm.
people just talking about everyday things, just not the war. Like
All right.
laughter.
No
I
war
miss-
talk at dinner.
No, I just miss the sound of laughter and just niceness. Like
Mm-hmm.
something
And I think we're
funny.
walking, and I
Yes.
change the direction to walk towards Celestine.
Oh,
Mhm,
Celestine,
mhm, mhm.
I-
Yep.
I was wondering if I could ask you for some things.
Look to you. Look to Colette. Look to you. Finally, what do we need?
Oh, I was hoping for maybe real food. I'm
I got
going
you.
to make a dinner. Oh. Also, I lean in. I was hoping for maybe something like a nice curtain or something so that the place will be nicer. Like something nice.
I got a guy. It's fine. We got you an apartment. It's cool. We're good. All right.
Really? Candles? I don't want to ask for too much. Really? Okay. Wine?
And the eyebrow raise, like, are you really? That's the easy one.
Oh,
We are French.
meat.
Yes, but what kind of meat are you looking for?
Oh, maybe like
I turn around.
like a really good coq au vin. I can cook
Sure,
it.
sure. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
You want some cock? Got you.
Yeah, in wine.
Which is the name of the dish.
Mm-hmm.
We're good. Mm-hmm.
Okay. Then I will
6 hours.
6 hours. All right, give me a space and I'll set it up. And then Sergeant, we're going to have an excellent dinner.
Wonderful.
Pan away as Celestine walks away. Comes back a couple of minutes later. Here's the key to the apartment. Be nice. Don't make a mess. You have a couple candles left there, and there'll be a chicken delivered and a couple bottles delivered in about 3 hours.
What?
Marguerite's really nice. Have fun.
Oh, she is really nice. Sergeant, give me a little bit of time to prepare everything, and then
all right.
arrive.
I'll just. Yep. Okay. I know where that is.
I have to make sure I get polish for my uniform, and like make sure everything is like completely polished, all the pieces, and like everything's aired out, nice curtains so that it looks less gross. Coq au vin, some potatoes, perhaps some asparagus, some good probably turnips, winter vegetables. You know,
Yeah.
what we got. Yeah, we probably wouldn't get any asparagus. That's not the season. Asparagus is for springtime. So like just some potatoes, some turnips, like a nice
Wow.
real food. Like, make sure it's all set up perfectly with a table, chairs, like the whole thing.
Colette would show up in one of like the big long military jackets, like the coats, because it's winter. Come in. Like, this is really nice.
Just, Sergeant, happy birthday.
Sergeant, thank you. We should eat before the food gets cold.
Yes. And I dish out everything. And I wait for you to eat first.
Okay.
To see if you like it.
Yes, she likes it. It's real food. It's not military rations.
It's also not rat.
And it's
also not rat. Yeah, it's great. Best meal in months.
Sergeant?
Yes?
Can I say one military-related thing?
All right, just one.
I want you to have the most successful career that you can. And I want you to have everything that you want.
Those two may not go hand in hand, but we'll see.
And I wouldn't want to stand in the way of anything that you wanted. Unless it's Pierre. Because I don't
It's not.
like
It's
him.
not. No, I punched him in the face last night.
He did deserve it. He's not very nice.
No.
Also, he's
no,
not
I
kind.
realized that.
And he's a
Let's
jerk.
stop talking about Pierre.
Right. Anyway, my point is that I would want you to have whatever you wanted in your life.
Whatever I wanted in my life?
Yes. And if there's any
Wouldn't
way that
stand
I
in the
could help.
way.
No.
Okay.
And
You'd
if I could help, I would.
Okay. Well, now that dinner's finished, I just opened the coat and there's nothing on underneath.
Oh! I see. Well, if you'll excuse me, and I have to take off my brass. Sergeant, and I disrobe quickly while also keeping the uniform
Nice.
nice.
Yeah, you're like laying it out on the chair.
And then I was like, I would imagine that coming over here with only the greatcoat would have been chilly. I feel like
Yes, I do need a bit of warming up.
I will warm you up. That's my duty. And then and we will have a lovely evening.
A lovely night. A lovely night. Finer night I know. We are going to leave it there because, well, no, it's Oscar Hammerstein and the state. They're okay.
They are, as long as it's not Sondheim.
Yeah, we're not Sondheim.
Or the Gershwins.
Yep. That's your
The
Simon.
Gershwin estate's tricky.
All right. Huh. Once the general complimented you, what did he say? He said, "Son, you are the finest soldier France has ever seen. You will go far in this life, and there is nothing that can stop you. You are a shining beacon to the Republic. And you will single-handedly crush the German invaders." And then I woke up.
Oh. You do know that you are helping.
So far, since the town was retaken, I've been sleeping with people, well, someone, and disobeying order, and possibly plotting the death of one of my fellow soldier. And drinking. I'm not the most exemplary of soldier.
I feel like you're exaggerating some. Like, you're not plotting anyone's death. That would be really bad.
Oh, no, I mean, no, I'm not plotting any death.
Okay.
I'm just, I've been reading a lot on how to operate a tank and how to make it malfunction to avoid malfunctions.
Right.
And I realized that at 10 paces, a prone person does not have enough time to get back up before the tank rolls over them.
Oh.
So I have to make sure to leave some room.
Right.
Following a charge. If we ever do one such thing, which I don't think is going to happen. But if it does, I will happily steer clear of any of our soldiers. But if one of them was to maybe fall because their shoelaces were untied,
They shouldn't have their shoelaces untied. That's out of uniform.
I know, but like, what if someone made sure that their shoes were untied? Not me. I'm in the tank.
But why would you do that? You should always make sure your shoes are tied.
Oh, yeah. But like in this like hypothetical scenario, Pierre has his shoes untied because someone does it, and he's an unfortunate casualty of tank malfunction.
Oh,
Also, I've discovered you can get rid of a body by shoving it in the cannon and firing it away.
You do strange research.
Vital
It's just-
research.
I'm making sure that nothing comes between my sergeants.
Well, nothing
Speaking
would.
of,
Yeah.
I wasn't eavesdropping or anything, but I think Sergeant Dupont was with someone last night.
Oh. Well, if she were, that would be her own business.
Yes, it's just I felt like I should tell you.
Oh, well, thank you for telling me.
Also, I didn't see you in the trenches last night, Sergeant.
Oh, patrol. You should probably not tell anyone that Sergeant Dupont might have been with someone because, just we have to protect Sergeant Dupont, and she's very important.
Yeah, I know, she's a sergeant. She's much more important than me.
No, but she's just important as a human being.
Yes, but more than a simple soldier.
No, she's important because she's an amazing human being, right? And we have to make sure that nothing happens to her.
that is why Pierre will have his shoelaces undone. I mean, would in a hypothetical scenario.
Oh, all right. Well, carry on.
Sergeant,
Yes,
can I ask you a question?
of course.
What's the link between numbers and sex? Because Margaret keeps bringing up a number, and I feel like I'm missing 68 other of them.
Oh. Well, you should ask her to demonstrate. It's a practical thing. It's a maneuver. It's like you number maneuvers.
Oh. I have a
And
lot to learn about women.
perhaps, but I suspect that Marguerite will be able to teach you. Don't ask her about. Just stick with 69 before you get the other numbers.
But I feel like if it's like maneuvers, number 1, 2, and 3 should be like the basic ones.
Maybe you want to start with the 69 before you get to 3.
I think I should have gone to school because my mom never taught me about these things.
Think less about your mother, more about Marguerite.
Oh, I only think of Marguerite all day now. It's just
good.
I feel like I can't do my job right. I might steer a tank into a soldier.
Oh no, you shouldn't do that.
No, I'm not. It's just she's everywhere. I feel like I should paint her on the side of the tank.
I don't know if she would appreciate that. What you do is maybe you have a little painting of her and then you sort of put it in the front of the tank so you can see it while you're driving the tank. But also make sure you're paying attention to where you're driving so you don't run over anybody.
Yes. Sergeant, you are full of wisdom.
Thank you. Also, you can ask her to marry you.
I don't have anything for dowry.
Well,
wait, no, that's normally her family. That
it is. Maybe she has one.
I don't know if she has any parents or relative living anymore.
Oh, Verdun is hell. But nonetheless, you can still ask her if you like her so much.
I could. Maybe I can ask her to introduce me to her parents. Maybe her mother is going to be willing to teach me about those other numbers. So I don't have to...
No. You should just ask Marguerite about the numbers. Don't ask other people. Ask Marguerite. Just Marguerite.
Yes, sir.
Not the other numbers. And really, yes, just ask Marguerite. That's all.
The framework of a healthy relationship is communication between the people in the relationship.
And
you're
not
drifting
their
off
mothers.
from somewhere. All right. Well,
as you might have seen, Rogassier is not the most socially adept.
Nope.
Oh.
So we're gonna go ahead and bring in the final card.
What?
It is 240.
Oh.
And what we do
Time
is
flies.
we all go around and answer this question ourselves. So orders have come in. You must rejoin the fighting at the Somme. Do you go? I think the answer for Celestine is yes. At the moment, there really is not great as it is. It's better for her in the army than out of it. She's kind of respected here.
We respect you.
Yes,
Like
exactly.
you have all the stuff and you know all the things.
Not all the things. A lot of things.
The things that matter.
Sure.
I mean, and how do you feel about it? Going back.
I don't think it's I think it's a just what it is kind of thing.
Mm-hmm. Oh, that means it's my go next, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Of course I go. I would never leave Colette's side. Like, we're a team. And if she goes, I go. And I would carry out her orders and organize the troops. And I would, yes, I would never, ever, I would never not go. If she's there, I'm there. 100%.
So yeah, I don't think Colette wouldn't want to be a deserter. And in hindsight, mayhaps joining the military to get out of getting married was a bit rash. But she is good at it, and she did meet Sergeant Bruno through it, so it's not all bad. I believe that maybe she thinks, maybe if I do a good job with this next battle, maybe they can just let us go afterwards. Like, so she will go to rejoin the fighting, especially now that she's an officer, with the hopes that with a good enough performance, they can be done.
And I would hope that maybe with a good enough performance, I could use my dad's influence to get you promoted even further.
It's like, all right, yes, ready to get, like, yes, the letter saying I'm really promotion.
The key to a healthy and balanced relationship is communication between the parties.
Yeah, and I think after that she would tell Bruno the reason she enlisted.
Oh, well, good for you for like following your heart.
Yeah, I really didn't want to get tied down then.
Oh,
So I joined the military. He was really boring and old.
you don't want to get tied down, right?
Well, I
see.
didn't then. That was a couple years ago.
Oh, but
I've seen things since then.
You might feel
And-
differently now?
Yes. Yeah, you appreciate stability a little bit more after all this war.
Do you know I'm a Taurus?
No, I didn't know that. That's really cool.
It's astrology.
Yeah, I don't know what December is.
Sagittarius.
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 Or
I'm Sagittarius, because near Christmas.
Right. So, I mean, I don't have... I mean, actually, I do have a lot of things, to be honest. I mean, I'm a good support. Would you are you busy?
I have a rather large dowry.
Are you busy for the next couple of decades?
No, well, I mean, aside from this, apparently, no.
Oh, well, would you want to be married to me?
Yes, that sounds good. I think my family would approve of this. And I have a rather large dowry, because they really wanted me to get married.
I think my dad would be very impressed with you. I think he'd like you.
Hopefully our parents get along.
I hope so. But if not, who cares?
Yeah, I don't. I definitely don't. More for your sake.
So, we should talk to... You know who we should talk to?
Celestine?
Yes.
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 She's here.
What?
We need a wedding?
Yep.
Now you ask for something that challenges my skill set. We're on the trenches of the soul.
Yep.
Considered one of the worst devastations of human life ever.
Yep.
So could we get married
Soon.
soon?
Did you want your families at this wedding?
No.
No.
Oh yeah, that's easy then.
I mean, it seems like a bit of a. I mean, maybe. No, we shouldn't.
No.
That's risky.
Right. Yeah. I mean, yeah, we don't. So,
We
I mean,
wouldn't
if
want them to die or anything.
No.
It would be tragic.
wedding?
Wedding.
Like,
Yep.
yes.
Mhm. Yes.
And as she walks by, she kind of turns to Celestine. Let me know if I need to arrange a small accident. And keeps walking.
Mhm.
You would have gotten on the notice. There was a horrible, tragic ending for Pierre and Bourdin. They were part of a bayonet charge. It just ended horribly.
So awful. Oh no.
And you would have a wedding in 48 hours, because, you know, she's good, but ain't that good. With a wonderful chaplain. It's beautiful.
Mhm.
There are even flowers.
In the trench.
We miss a horrible barrage of fire due to being at our wedding at the time. And we're like, oh no, Pierre.
It's like I planned things. See?
And now, what about Rojatien? Do you leave Verdun?
Definitely invited to the wedding.
Definitely invited.
I mean, do you leave the army and stay in Verdun?
Yeah.
Or do you go to follow orders to the Somme?
Yeah.
To begin, Augastien would get married
Mm-hmm.
before anything.
Oh. Uh-oh. Go ahead.
Chat chose both.
Oh.
So
Sad boy power.
he gets married and is happy and everything. And on the night of his honeymoon, which isn't like a lot because it's Verdun and everything.
Yeah.
Up there. But he leaves to go on the front line because that's what he signed up for. And leaves a newly pregnant Marguerite behind. And unfortunately never comes back.
You didn't go to the wedding, did you? You stayed with Pierre because we needed more people in the trenches.
No, because the letter that Celestine sent to invite him to the wedding got intercepted by Edwardin.
No.
We don't like him at all. We don't like him right now.
It's why Edwardin had a horrible, horrible accident. And
We
then there
found
were
a letter on
rumors
him
of his cowardice and fleeing from the battlefield.
I want to know what happens after the war. Like, I really need to know about Celestine and what happens with her after the war. I feel like she's gonna be in charge of all of the things.
That is one downside to Descended from the Queen games and for the Queen. Because you get to the question and answer the question, and you have all of his backstory.
And you just have to fanfic the rest of it yourself
Yeah.
afterwards.
Or you
Please
get
tell
really...
me, Prex. Tell me
I
what
don't
happens
have
to
it yet.
her.
What does she do? I think she goes on to become. I mean, she's in France, 1918.
She's got all these connections, including
think she
some
makes-
sketchy ones.
I think she makes a friend at the Battle of the Somme. Who unfortunately she's an English woman who's there as part of the medic service, and unfortunately for this poor Australian woman with English relatives who all die horribly, and her father becomes the inheritor, so she's now the honorable Miss Franny Fisher. And she will leave France because she says, you know what, I'm going to go have fun with my new friend, and join a lady detectives agency.
I like it. Oh, that makes a lot of sense for her.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
does.
Yeah,
I like
it
it.
does.
Also, if you haven't seen the Miss Fisher mysteries, go watch them. hashtag not sponsored, but yes, please. Yes.
Sponsor the customer.
Oh God, yes. Someday I will
think-
have such a wardrobe.
I think both Colette and Bruno have come from very rich families. I think we're gonna be okay.
No. I have a question.
Yes.
Mhm.
You know, you'll get through the end of the war. You'll get through the 20s and the 30s.
The 20s will be great.
The
The
20s will be great.
20s will be so good. Yeah.
And the 30s will be mostly okay, except for 1939. And a couple other things.
Yeah.
Does your family support the Vichy government? For those of you who don't know what the Vichy
my
government
dad totally
is,
would.
Yeah, I mean, the line of Verdun ends up supporting the Vichy government mostly because they're really. It's complicated. Go read his history. But the Vichy government being the puppet government of the Nazis after they invade France.
Mm-hmm. And my dad certainly would, right? Being sort of that whole kind of lineage, I think that he would be into it. I don't know about the DuPont family.
I think the DuPonts would be against it, and it would be family tension.
So here's the question: do you stay in the military? Do you leave after the war ends?
I think after like sometime throughout the 20s, we get out.
Yeah.
Sometime in the 20s, probably mid-20s.
Your dear friend Celestine sends you a letter about growth opportunities in Australia.
I would imagine we probably enjoy the Paris in the 20s quite a lot.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we get out in the early 20s. Enjoy Paris in the 20s because our families got money.
Yeah. And the 20s are wild.
Uh-huh. Then maybe in the 30s, we're like, Australia could be fun.
And of course we have to support Marguerite because we have a lot of money.
Yes.
In honor of Poitras. And yeah, maybe we do need to leave,
Yeah, I think Colette just gets antsy after a while of being in one place.
Yeah.
And so you guys wind up moving.
Yeah.
A decent bit.
And we probably aren't even at home when France falls.
Mm-hmm.
And then we decide maybe we should not go back.
Yeah, let's just stay here in Australia.
Yes. And I earnestly support you in all things.
Oh my gosh, we probably didn't tell my parents. I just took a bunch of money and left.
Also, just side note,
Colette's style.
We did not die this time, tragically.
We didn't.
Yeah, the tragic death requirement was fulfilled by Simon yet again.
Simon. Yeah. And I wasn't romancing Simon and Trooper this time, and
and everyone else actually.
But
what happens, our Simon? What happens with your offspring? And Marguerite.
I think my offspring would go on to fight in the French resistance. During World War II. And much like his father, wasn't more than, a regular soldier in the resistance, but did his part, and perhaps in a few years, when we're allowed to, there will be another Descendant from the Queen's game set in occupied France, and I'll get to play that character.
That's exciting.
I mean, I could write that. I just wouldn't base it on a play. So, yes, for those of you who don't know, What Price Glory, this game that I wrote, was originally based on a 1924 play of the same title, What Price Glory, that dealt more with the point of the play was two American servicemen from World War I, and it was considered shocking because it was written by a newspaperman and an actual vet, and was considered shocking for the amount of curse words and swears that were thrown in and the actual depiction of what life was in during World War I for troops for overseas. But that is it for today. So we'll go around, let everyone do all of the spiels and all those things. And thank you so much. We killed our first goal. We really appreciate it. We will be going for a while, but currently, for those wondering, the total is $681. So, we are doing well. We appreciate it. All of this is going to benefit the Bail Project, and all of this is a step towards doing what we can. We'll go in reverse order this time, so we'll start with Simon.
Hello, I'm Simon at Wandering DM on Twitch, Wandering_DM on Twitter. I normally do it in the reverse order. That's why my brain kind of screwed up. I had a lot of fun today. Thank you to everyone who came. Thank you for all the donations. And you can find me tomorrow evening on my channel. We're going to be playing a Magical Girl RPG that played with the system OVA. So if you're into anime, if you're into magical girls, check out Sisterhood of the Magical Blade. And it's at 8 p.m. Eastern. And then on Saturday, I'll be joining Tanya, Cypher of Tyr, Critical Bard, The Opera Geek, and probably others to run a Mouse Guard charity game for peace, justice, and freedom, benefiting the Bail Project, of course. And yeah, that'll be announced with the exact timing and everything later this week. But yeah, so check out my Twitter. Keep an eye out on the timeline. You'll hear about it when we get closer to that.
Next up is Lindy. Lindy,
That's me. Thank you for having me. This was so much fun. I desperately needed this game this week. You can find me online at LaughLoveLindy, Twitch, Twitter, YouTube, etc. We, depending on how things go, we might have our Aliens game this Friday night. If not this Friday, then some other Friday this month, but hopefully this Friday, because that would be lots of fun. And potentially Teenagers from Outer Space on Saturday morning. Those are our 2 monthly games, and they might happen this weekend. They might get postponed. We shall see what happens. Just people's schedules and stuff right now. This was super duper fun. I loved it. It was spicy and tragic, and it was tragically delicious. I can't wait to play with you guys some more, because this was fun, and you guys are amazing, and I love you, and I'm so happy we got to raise so much for charity. That was great.
Lindy,
Trooper.
do you laugh?
I do.
Do you love?
I do.
Do you Lindy?
I also do that too.
Nice. Simon,
Yeah,
do you wander?
not lately.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah, I know it's kind of sucks, but like stay at home and all that.
yeah, there is a plague, so.
Yes. And
But you
unfortunately
DM.
not in the right houses.
But I DM. Well, actually, I haven't DM'd D&D in a while. So Dungeon Master.
Fair.
But with all the lewdness happening, I might be a Dung Master.
Or
Oh,
a different kind of dungeon master is all I'm
there
saying.
you go. Yeah.
Right? I mean, there's more than one kind of dungeon.
Yeah, so far, most of the characters that I've played are probably subs.
Looking at you, Harold.
Nathaniel?
I should. Nathaniel is whatever you want him to be.
Nathaniel has equal opportunity and paycheck.
Yeah, Nathaniel has. He's not a switch, but he has experience with both because.
Yeah, but like in his free time when he's, not getting paid for it.
Guess
Bruno
you're
is
gonna
clearly
have to
a
discover it.
service-oriented cop. Like, yeah, there you go. And I'm Trooper SJP.
Yes, you are.
And
You troop?
I am a trooper. I am definitely a trooper in both senses of the word. And you can find me on my channel. I am going to be doing I'm turning my regular Thursday stream into a charity stream for the Bail Project. So that's 10 p.m. Eastern. There is no critical role, so you could just watch my stream. And I'm going to be doing what I do, which is I'm going to be giving a 3-hour lecture on music history. So rather than video games, we're going to do music history, and I'll be giving a lecture on the history of music and the civil rights movement in the United States. So I'm probably going to do a little bit before the 60s and a little bit after, but give you a really good sense of protest music in the 50s, 60s, and 70s, and what does it mean, and what we think about it, and what is the function of protest music, and what's the relationship between the artist and the audience, and what are the different approaches people take, and what does that tell you about those moments. So that's what I'll be doing. And then if you want more France, you can see me GMing City of Light and Shadow, a French resistance campaign on Friday. That's me.
Okay. After Thursday, after the Magical Girl game on Wandering DM, I'm going over to watch Trooper and be academically nerdy. And hey, Trooper, can I ask a favor?
Yes.
Are you going to share the playlist?
Ahead of time?
After the fact.
Oh yeah, totally.
Okay. Just making
Totally.
sure. I'm making sure.
Yes.
I mean, like.
I might even give extra things that I didn't get to play because
okay,
you know
then
how.
That's the important part.
I should say, just for the record, because of how things work, I'm going to be playing music that is all under copyright, so I am sure it will be muted in the VOD all day long, and I'll probably just not keep the VOD. So you might want to be there live, is what I'd say, because all that stuff is, they're...
Yeah. Simon?
But doesn't it fall under free use if you're doing it for education purposes?
Yes, it should, but
Okay.
they don't care.
But more importantly, thank you, European Union, for Article 13.
Yeah.
And lack of understanding about the free use.
But also that it's yes, it's academic, it's totally fair use, right? All of that, it's commentary, but they just do automatic recognition. They're just like, sweep through, this is music that is under copyright, so we just mute it. Even if you have
some
permission.
music that's not.
Even if it's music that's not.
Some Incomptech music.
Yeah, I mean, I have a song that's in public domain, and I keep getting some company that is European that says they own the rights. I had 2 different companies that said they own the rights to that music that is in the public domain, and yeah, it's great.
Yep, it is fabulous.
It's
But
great.
you can't see the finger quotes if you're just listening to the VOD, but there is much finger quoting going on.
Many finger quotes. What about you?
But as for me, hey all, you know me. I'm at Dirgentleman on Twitter, or Praxagorthesmephoria. As you're seeing me around on Twitch, I'm your friendly neighborhood Prax. I'm here to help and lift people up and tell stories and play with my friends, like these wonderful people that, are fabulous and you should follow and support. And yes, we ourselves raised $681 today, but I just thought I'd give you a quick behind-the-scenes curtain look at the team so far has raised $192,346.86.
Wow.
I think
That's
Tanya might
amazing.
have to move the team goal again, because right now the team goal is only 200K. That number's
Wow.
gonna have to shift. We're looking at that shifting number. But as for me, again, find me here. You will find me over on Simon's channel tomorrow for some Magical Girl wonderfulness. Simon will let me know if I'm showing up Saturday or not. Cool. Not for that thing, but for our thing.
Right.
Oh yes, no, there's definitely pirate game on Saturday. Sorry.
Okay.
I just oof. I blanked out on it. I am so sorry.
And we talked about Nathaniel and everything. So
we
yes,
talked about Nathaniel and everything. I feel bad now. I should go spank myself.
Again,
that's
Dungeon
Fenris's
Master.
job. That's Fenris's job.
I deserve a good spanking.
Frequently. But in shifting gears in my head, thanks, Simon. Because I'm trying to think. All right, so Saturday pirate game. Come see us on Wandering DM. Me and Lindy and Simon. And someday I might have to get Trooper in as a guest star because I have ideas.
Yes.
I have a specific idea, but I need to talk to Trooper about that. But yes, for
I
pirates,
think I have an idea too, and it would be delightfully horrible.
First off, for the record, I appreciate anything that is prefaced with "it will be delightfully horrible." That sounds great. Whatever it is, if it's going to be delightfully horrible, I'm probably going to be excited about it.
Good to know. We'll talk.
That's all.
But for me here tomorrow, I'm going to be again streaming, also raising money for the Bail Project and continuing this stream. We're going to keep going and see what we can do. And I've decided that by myself I can do some wonderful performances of some other great classical literature that doesn't usually get done. Like, I've decided that we're going to go through the Herodotes. If you don't know what those are Ovid's love poems written from the perspective of female characters in ancient Greek and Roman myth. And they are sassy and sarcastic and everything you'd expect when you have Penelope writing a letter to Ulysses and being like, "Where are you?"
You said you'd be back in an hour?
It's been 20 years. I am dealing with some shit. So yes.
Wait. Will you do me a favor and just somebody clip the "Where are you?" because that was so good. That was just like the best "Where are you" ever.
If you GIF that, I will keep using it. I'm not gonna lie. Just clip that for me. But yes, so we'll be back
good.
tomorrow. We'll do some Herodotes, and we'll see what else is going on. But always check my Twitter because I always post when we're going to be, all the fun people I get to hang out with, and all the great people that we get to work with. And I know things are not good right now. There's lots of not good, but there's lots of good things that happened today. Today was a good thing. Tomorrow will be more good things, and hopefully we'll get there. But have a good one all. Till next time.